Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. What is up? I am so excited about this video today because we are going to be going back and revisiting some of my old planners, and your girl's got a lot, and we're gonna have to break this down into two parts because I've got a lot of planners and I keep them all so that I can do this every now and then. Just look back on things just to kind of see how things were going. Did I feel better with that particular planner system? Did I like the size of it? Like, what were my true thoughts and how did I plan at that time? So today we're going to flip through all of this right here. We're going to start with the smaller planners and we'll probably do a part 2 with some larger planners. If you're an OG, what's up? Okay, you remember all of these planners, and if you're not an OG, I have all of the videos on my channel. You can always go back and revisit and watch and see how I plan in these planners. Okay, so let's just hop right into it because we got a lot to cover. All of those planners that you guys saw were just various phases in my life where I thought something was going to work. I tried it out. You know, here on this channel, that's what we do. We try different things out. I share them with you guys. You implement some things you don't. And it just is a win-win. A win is a win, right? So I've had so many different planners. Again, I tried smaller planners. I tried larger planners. I've tried it all. And I kept some of them, not all of them, because I just don't have the space to keep every single planner. But I tried to keep as much as I could and just things that really resonated with me. And then sometimes I'll go back and I will go back into that planner and start using that system again because it brought some joy to me at that time. And sometimes I get bored with what I'm currently doing, so I have to try something different. And obviously some things from the past work, so I'll re-implement them, okay? So we're just gonna start randomly because again, I got a lot to cover. As you can see, we all over the place. We have a traveler's notebook here, but you also saw that I have ring planners, I have disc planners, I have used coil planners as well, not smaller size because remember that's what we're doing in this video. I'll do a part 2 and I'll show you some of the larger ones, which will be or include the coil planners. All right, so I'm gonna try to flip through some of this and talk you through some things. Some stuff I don't remember. Like, I remember this planner, but I don't really remember when I implemented it, why I implemented it. I think it was just a phase that everybody was going through at that time with just the different things. And some people still do use traveler's notebooks. So I'm not taking that away from those of you who still are in this sort of system, but it just never really quite took off for me. I felt like it was just too much having to piece things together. And although yes, disc-bound systems are kind of that way too, I needed something more flexible. And so I did customize it and I added all these little notebooks here, that some that I made, some that I printed, some that I bought. I put some stickers here. I love this Prima cover. I do have it in my Amazon storefront because that's where it came from. So you can just look in that collection. If you're looking for this, I have this larger one here. And then I also have the little smaller one, which Addison stole from me yesterday. That was supposed to be in this video too, but I don't know where she put it. But this right here, I mean, it was just really cool to assemble it. I was in my really crafty and creative days at that time. And now I don't feel like I'm as creative. I'm more simple of a planner. I like to just have neutrality. I like to really just write in my planner. I don't always need all of the things. And I feel like this was just too much for me now. Now, back in that time, of course, it somewhat worked for me until it didn't. And there was a lot of this, like piecing things together and sticking things on pages. And sometimes I like to not have to think about the order of things. And I feel like with this, I had to think about putting things in the proper order. Otherwise, I couldn't move it back to somewhere else. You know what I mean? And so traveler's notebook systems are really cool. I thought this was pretty dainty, and it really allowed me to have the full control and creativity that I wanted at that time. But it was just, again, it just didn't quite take off for me. So that's why I don't use it anymore, but it's good to keep it so I can reflect back to see if maybe I'm in a different phase of my life later. And maybe I'll say, hey, you know what, let me re-implement a traveler's notebook system back into my lineup and see, you know, maybe it'll work for me now. But I loved just the prettiness of this. It just wasn't the most functional. And as you can see, I've got some stickers back here. All right, so that's the first of many. And this was, I guess it was like a custom size because there's no like real, or I guess Traveler's Notebooks is just our standard size. I don't really know too much about it. And I'm not really quite sure if I gave it the full chance it deserved. I just got a little bit overwhelmed by it. And I felt like it wasn't functional for me. But it was super duper gorgeous. As you can see, this cover is really, really pretty. Okay, so that's number one. Now, I don't know in the order in which I implemented these, but I have a feeling that this was on the newer side of, or the older side of things. Like this is one of the first planners that I had because I was familiar with the disc bound system because of the Martha Stewart disc bound system, but I wanted to really give rings a try because I felt like everybody was doing rings and disc bound was so new, you know, and I kind of just went with what everybody else was doing. And so I implemented this at some point. This is an old business I had, y'all. I like to keep things. I've had so many different businesses over the years. So as you can see, I just kind of tucked some things in. I have a little notepad here. I have some stickers from Fancy Plans Co. early days. This was a freebie sticker sheet. This stuff just brings back so many memories and how I used to plan so differently. Oh my gosh, this is so insane. That's a business that I had, a studio where we did, what did we do, child? We did photo booth props. So we sold them on Etsy, did very, very well with that, and became overwhelming when my husband went back to work. So I wasn't able to keep it going by myself. Okay, so all of this stuff is just stuff I found from craft stores and various places, and I kind of just added them here. This is a cute little pocket folder. Not sure again what year I planned in this, but I think it was the earlier days, and maybe something will give me a date so I'll know. Look, 2017. Y'all, it is 2024, and I planned in this in 2017. That's insane. So that's how long I've been at this, y'all. A long, long time. And I'm not quite sure if you guys saw this on YouTube because I think I started my YouTube channel in 2017, right? Let's see, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, I think 2017. But I'm not sure if I showed this in any of those videos because I think maybe I had moved on to disc bound by that time. But this planner, and I punched this, either I punched this for holes, or this came like this. I don't know. I feel like this is a happy planner thing. Oh, I must have cut off the discs and then repunched it. I used to do crazy stuff, y'all. And now I've calmed down so much. I really have. But I just have random inserts in here. Stuff I bought off Etsy, like these. I bought off Etsy. And then little cards. Some happy planner stuff that I obviously cut the discs off for and repunched it. And I was just doing the most. But that brought me to where I am today, right? Like I am a completely different planner, but I feel like without this phase, I wouldn't be who I am. Yeah, oh my gosh, I kept track of sales. Okay, yeah, so this one, it did not work for me. So let's just say that it worked for me in that phase. I just feel like that it was too small. I needed something larger. And so it worked for a period of time, again, till it didn't work. And then I also didn't like to have to cut off the discs to have different things fit in. And as you can see, different things are different sizes. It's just a lot going on. I like uniformity now, and this just didn't give me that. But it did function pretty decently at that time. So I just added a lot of different things from a lot of different planners. And I just popped it in, y'all, as you can see. And then also, remember, we are using our own products now. So that's also a big reason why my planner looks so different, because I'm able to design the things that I like and what worked for me. And then, you know, in turn, I share it with you guys in hopes that it works for you. All right, so that's this. I think this is a Recollections cover. I don't recall where I got this cover from. It's been so long, but I want to say I got it from the craft store, from like Hobby Lobby or something like that. And oh, let me see this. I'll take this out. This is my spiritual schedule. I could use this in my planner. Just pop it in. It will fit. But I think that's where I got this from. So I'm sure they probably have something similar. I didn't, at that time, I went into the craft store a lot. If you guys are OGs, you know, I went into that craft store a lot. And I found lots of little things, and I just kind of built planners based off of that. So I don't really go to the craft store anymore. I really just buy things online. But again, since I have my own shop, I don't have to really buy things from other companies. I could just make it if I want it that bad, or I don't need it that bad, or I can buy it if I feel like I'm just so compelled to. But I typically try to just stick with what I have here in house. Okay. So do y'all remember Foxy Fix? This is a Foxy Fix cover. Now, I don't know if they're still in business because I was supposed to be working with them on a big project and then they ghosted me. They never got back with me. I reached out multiple times, never heard from them, and they had sent me like 3 or 4 covers to do a review of, and this was one of them. And then I was supposed to be working with them on some things, and I just never did. So I love their stuff though. Foxy Fix, I hope they're still in business. I checked and I wasn't really able to order anything because I wanted to get something at one point because I had some points built up, but I wasn't able to. So I don't know what's going on with them. So comment below and let me know. Have you purchased anything from Foxy Fix later? Are they still in business? I would love to hear from you guys with what you know. All right, so this is one of their covers, and it's beautiful leather covers. So I've had this for a long time, and look at how white this still is. You know what I mean? And this was kind of a makeshift planner. So it was supposed to be a traveler's notebook, which you'll see soon. But you'll see what I did to it to make it an actual, just regular planner cover with a planner that has discs. But I love this little elastic to kind of keep it closed. But again, this worked for me, as you'll see, because you'll see a lot of planning going on in here. But again, I was at a different phase. I liked smaller at that time, but I realized that half letter is the perfect size for me to be able to fit all that I need to fit. I don't write super large, but I also don't write super small. So I needed just a little bit something more to be able to handle, you know, all that I needed to track. But this setup, that's why I kept it, because I love this setup. Like, this setup gives me all the feels. Okay, so again, it is a traveler's notebook, so you'll see the little elastic pieces in here. So I added just like a little album or something, y'all. Again, you guys see how all over the place I was. I think I printed this online. Not sure from what company I printed it from, but this is like a year at a glance. And so I popped this into the front, and then I just have some various different pockets and stuff that I kept in here as well, so that way I could just pop in some pictures and things like that. So that's what I have here. And then this is a mini planner. So how I watched it, because as you can see, it is a traveler's notebook, is I attached it from here so I could just pull it in and out like that. So that was pretty cool. So that way I got like a hybrid of a traveler's notebook, but also I have my discs, which is when this is kind of, well, yeah, I guess this is kind of the time, because this is 2019, a little bit before that. Fun fact, and I'm going to do a video because I feel like I have so many new subscribers, is like, who am I? You know, for those of you who just hit the follow button, but you're not quite sure about how I got here and like who I am and what I do. I was on the Happy Planner first squad. They had a design team and then they had a Happy Planner squad. I was on the first Happy Planner squad. They did gift us a bunch of different things. And so prior to, or like a little bit before that, kind of when I started my channel, I went all in with that disc life. Started making videos on my love for planning and how much I love the Happy Planner, because at that time I was all in with the Happy Planner. And I feel like the planner community has definitely changed now. I want to do a video on that too, because y'all, what is happening? I feel like the planner community is completely different now, and I know I'm different too. So I would love to like just know what's going on right now. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like the scene of things is just completely changed, and not to say that it's changed in a bad way, but it's just changed. And I would like to like have like a sit down with y'all to like talk through that, you know, because I feel some type of way, because I miss the old days of this. Like, I know y'all OGs looking at this, or y'all are gonna get the feels. You're gonna, the nostalgia. I mean, just, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I miss those days. This invokes a feeling, because this, and again, I have a bunch of different things kind of hybrid in here, but they had so many beautiful different collections. This was the, I think it was called the, what was it? The Maker, not the Maker, y'all. That's how long it's been. But there was like 6 or 7 collections, or 5 or 6 collections that they had. Miss Maker, that's what this one was. And it was like Glam Girl and, the fitness collection, like all different. They had cute little clever names for them. Again, I've been kind of out of the scene with Happy Planner, so I can't really comment truly because it could be the same thing. I just haven't purchased any of their products in so long, but I feel like it's still different. It's still different, like from when Stephanie was there, you know, and Hannah, and it's just different. Okay, so it looks like I have a little pocket here, Supermom. See, I know y'all got the feels. And so all these little pockets and things I was able to get from them from being on the Happy Planner Squad. And then I just kind of made it my own. And they gave us so much stuff as being a part of that Happy Planner Squad. The first squad, I know the second squad probably got a lot too, but not as much as we got. We got every single collection, which was insane. Like, we had to bring our suitcases with us. I mean, we didn't know what we were going to get until we got there. But we kind of hinted that we were going to get something. But I couldn't even bring all of the collections home. What they had to do was they allowed you to take, of course, whatever you wanted to, whatever you could fit in your suitcase. And then we had to get everything else shipped to us. That's how much stuff they gave us. It was crazy. It was crazy. What a time. What a time, y'all. So this is from the Supermom. And as you can see, you see the year there. So this is how long I've had that. I just cannot let this planner go. It just makes me feel so good and just makes me be able to go back and reminisce on the good times, you know? Not to say, again, that times are bad now. They're just different, okay? If you know, you know. All right, so all these little clips and things like this are just things that were included, you know? This was from Glam Girl, the stickers here. This is one of my favorite planners to look back on. I just sit here and I, remember having such a wonderful time planning. And I feel like now something is different in the air for me. And although, yes, I do love planning, I have my ups and downs. And sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I don't even pick my planner up for weeks at a time. Whereas with this, I was picking my planner up. I carried it with me. I put it in my purse. It was a whole thing. And I'm trying to really figure out why that was the case. And I think it was because there were so many new products. Every single week you turn around and there was something new and you wanted to get it because you didn't want to miss out. And you was always in the craft store trying to look for the stuff. You couldn't find the stuff. Oh my gosh. It was a whole thing, y'all. I think they probably have gotten better at that because there was a time when people will get very frustrated because they couldn't find the things that they were looking for. But I think now you just pretty much buy everything online. So I just kind of added lots of different elements here, and I would do a lot of sticker planning. I would do a lot of creating pages from scratch, as you can see with this. And then, of course, as a part of the Happy Planner Squad, I had to do projects. So I was, doing a lot of creating. I was doing so much creating, and it really made me feel so good. So good. I'm feeling that feeling again right now. So I've been able to pick my planner up and really, get back to that. But it's been, I had taken some months off, if I'm honest. Well, not some months, but I took at least a month off. And I think you do have to do that from time to time too. So that way you could just kind of figure out why you love what you're doing. You just got to miss it for a little bit and then come back to it. It's just the natural order of things, right? And you don't want to get burnt out. So I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing to do. I just think, sometimes we have to take a break. Okay. So this, again, this was my everything planner. So I have little sections here. And again, these were just makeshift things that I got from those collections. And I just added them as tabs, some months, and then some little tabs that I added with stickers, which Happy Planner had, all of this stuff. And then I just was able to combine everything all into one planner. Sometimes I like one planner. At this time, I liked multiple planners. If you guys remember, I think I had upwards of 7 to 10 planners. And I would plan in them individually. Okay? Yeah. And then I decided to just consolidate everything all into one planner. And I had the various different subjects. That is called Franken Planning if you're new here. And then they also have the Transformer Planner. Do you guys remember that? Like, I'm taking you guys down memory lane because I've been here for a while. And it's just evolved so much, Some stuff is just still core things that still exist. And again, I've been kind of out of the loop of what's going on within the planner community because I kind of sometimes stay in my little bubble. So I want to figure out what's going on. So that's why I said I wanted to do that sit down video with you guys. Maybe I'll go live and we'll talk through some things, especially again, if you've been here as long as me or longer, because I'm not like an OG. I mean, I've been here for a while, but there's people, some of you that have been here for a long time, much longer than me, and you have something that you might want to say, okay? And we want to give you that platform. So I'll probably go live or something to give you that opportunity and give myself an opportunity to really vent and talk about stuff over the years that has changed and what's going on now. So I'm just flipping you through just so you can kind of see how everything was set up. And as you can see, I did a lot in this planner. There was a lot going on. These are little recipe cards. All of this stuff was from different collections. And just to see it just brings back so many memories. Spell your name, now work it out. You see what I was doing? Just different things that made it enjoyable to plan. And we'll never get that feeling back. I mean, we could get that feeling back. Not that true feeling. You know, like just like we'll never get the feelings of the 90s back. The nostalgia, I mean, it just gives you the warm and fuzzies, but we'll never go back. You know, we just have to reflect on that, you know, that feeling that you feel by just thinking about all the things from the 90s, you know? So thinking about all the days of the early planner days. We just have to reflect on it and remember the good times and try to find good now, okay? All right, so as you can see, this planner was awesome, okay? This isn't my first planner, of course. Remember, we're not going in any particular order. I'm just kind of going through things. I saw them yesterday and I was like, you know, it would be cool if I sat down with them and I just showed them how I used to plan. Because if you look at my more recent videos now, you'll see that the planning style is completely different. Of course, you saw a lot of color in here, right? And you know now that I'm not as colorful of a person. I prefer neutral colors. I don't tend to lean towards vibrancy or anything like that, you know? It's just who I am. So we're just kind of going through things randomly. All right, so this was a planner that I used that was dedicated to all things business. So this one I started to use all Fancy Plans Co. products. So as you can see, we've got 12 tabs, I think. And this planner was awesome because it gave me everything all in one for just business. So I used this one for business and then I also had a personal. So I was toggling between two planners, but now we are down to one planner and I'll do an updated flip through of this on my new planner so that you could see kind of how I have everything all in one. And I did a video also on planner sections and how you can create sections. I think everybody should have planner sections within their planner system, especially if they don't want to lug around multiple planners. I don't think it's a thing anymore to do that. I think people pretty much Frankenplan. And but I'll do an updated video on that. But this is when I started to use all Fancy Plans Co. products. And it was so liberating because I was able to create the things that I really loved and then share them with you guys. And the response from you guys was just so awesome. So this is like a little, and all of this stuff we still sell in the shop, by the way. So all these are really popular for us because they were great for layering. So this is just something I was able to just lay right on top and still see through the back. This was from one of our first boxes. And I like to keep things because it's just sentimental to me. But you see, 2021 is the last time I used this planner, which wasn't that long ago. So I like to add a little pockets, little journaling cards, stack things, vellum, all these little pockets again, which are still available. And I might need to take some of these stickers out and put them in my current planner. And then this was from, I think it's Planner Box. I don't know, you guys. I think this was from a planner box, or maybe it was just random artwork for our freebie cards. But as you can see, I just kind of keep things organized the same way I do in my current planner. I like to have my calendar first and then my rest of my sections after that. So let's see what I was using. I was using the subject style layout for business. Look at that. Look at how much stuff I had going on. I still have a lot going on, of course, but I'm just saying that I haven't changed. I still love to track it all. So everything's pretty much the same in terms of the schedule of things and how I work in terms of the business. And that's why it's important to look back. I don't know. I feel like it helps in some way. So this was in September and this is where I stopped, I guess, in this week because I didn't move it over to any other week. Yeah. But the subject style layout is cool because you're able to put little subjects here on the side and then you can break them down within the day of the week. All right, so that's what I was using at that time. And I have several months in here. All right, and then I have a daily tasks insert. And then we get to shop. So shop, just random things for the shop with new releases I wanted to come out with, collections. But you see my planning starting to evolve. How much color have you really seen so far? I mean, you saw my weekly spreads had a lot of color on them, but these pages here, remember back in the day when I used to like, I'll take a blank sheet of paper and I'll make it and transform it into something else. I do miss those days. Y'all have to comment below and let me know. Do y'all miss those days too, like of my old planning style? Because maybe I'll start to revamp some of those videos and like modernize them and update them with how we do it now, you know? All right, I also had top tabs. I had today, then I had stationery box, collab, to buy. This makes me want to use this planner again because this was so detailed. And then to do. So I had top and side tabs. So in my stationery box, this was just random boxes we did at that time. Now we have a monthly subscription, which is cool. But this was just like whenever I decided I wanted to do a box. And then collabs. So I did a Paper Panda collab. I did an Alicia Michelle XO collab. I wanted to do an Nautique collab and also paper collab, but those just didn't work out for whatever reason. I don't even remember like if I pursued them or what happened. But you know, I love doing collabs. So these are all the items that I decided to include on the Paper and Panda collab, which was awesome. And then we get to goals. So I have business goals, of course. And I used the yearly overview pages for that. This was cool to track. Looks like I was pretty consistent with it too. And then we had the to-do list and then some blank paper. All right, then we get to finance. So I had, and this was for just business and then at home with Quita stuff. So I have my expense tracker, and then I had like my sources of income, which that has changed, and just some random expense trackers. And then we get to buy. So this was like stuff I wanted to buy from my different vendors. I would track that. I love these order tracker. I need to probably implement some of those in my current system. All right, these stickers were from our first, I think our first box, y'all. And it came with a few different sticker sheets, or maybe this was a freebie that I did. See, that's what I'm saying. This stuff is so old. I don't quite remember. So I like to keep those in a little pocket. All right, and then we get to brands. So these are like some different brands I wanted to reach out to. That was a strategy. I used to really be, and I still am really heavily into Maddie James. I love her podcast and her Instagram, you know, in terms of sharing different tips on how to pitch the brands. So this was all from her. All right, some brands I want to work with. I could check some of those off. Oh, brands that I do work with. And I can add to that list too. But again, I don't use this. All right, reference. So I had a reference section in here too. 10 habits of successful business owners. That's a good one. Useful apps. Then we get to the blog. So blog post ideas. 10 ways to unwind after work. Favorite podcast, fitness routine, what's in my bag, self-care tips. This is cool. This is cool. I would like to implement more stuff like this too, where I'm coming and writing ideas in. You know? Okay. How to monetize blog tip, how to monetize your blog. All right, Patreon, which I no longer do. I still have people that are subscribed to my Patreon. So sorry, y'all. I know it was supposed to come back a long time ago, but I feel like with Patreon, I'm not that interesting of a person. So I did have quite a few people that has supported me on Patreon, but I would get on there and I'll be like, what do I talk about? I'm not a very talkative person. I'm not a phone person. I will send a text every time. And so I just would be like, well, why am I doing this? You know, like what do I have to give that would make it worth it for me to do Patreon? And I didn't see value in myself to do that. And that sounds horrible because I'm a very confident person, but I want it to be jam-packed with value. And if it's not, I don't want to do it. Get somebody else to do it. And that's how I kind of started to feel. So I said, let me just pull back. Okay, so these are planner videos. So these are ideas for planner videos. So that was cool because I would come up with based on different topic parts of my life. So like home, business, organization, fitness, and I had different ideas. I probably need to pull this out and put that in my regular planner. Look at all these ideas. I used to just write. I would write, y'all. And I'm going to come back with my Planner University series. I am at the point to where the next video in the series should be how to decorate your first spread. So I'm going to do that. So I, go back and binge those videos so you can see where we got up to. But it's like a planner university that teaches you like basically all the different steps of planning and how to really get the most use out of your planner. So I'm going to resume those videos too, since I'm fully back now. Your girl is 3 for 3. Okay. This is going to be the 3rd video this week. I'm like so proud of myself. Okay, so this is like a video structure, like when I do my video ideas, what I want, or my YouTube videos, and like how I wanted the flow to be. Okay, so then we get to social media. So all of this is just like social media strategy stuff, video flow, how I wanted the structure to be. If I do a Q&A, or maybe I did a Q&A, and then this is, I did a interview, and I like to have my notes available so that way I cover everything. And then this is PR teams. If I was on a PR team, or at one point we had a PR team for Fancy Plans Co. And so I had this section dedicated for that. And then lastly was events. I really, really love this planner, y'all. Now that I'm going through it, you know how much more effective I would be by re-implementing a full-on business planner? Because really all I track right now in my business section or my work section of my regular planner is just my calendar stuff. I don't have all of this stuff. So maybe I'll revamp this and I'll see how I can reincorporate it. That would be cool. Oh, look, I was looking for this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so these are called task cards. They were super big, and I'm not sure if they still are. I made one specifically for work tasks. So how they work is that we have these clear plastic cards. Again, all of this is still available in the shop. So just because I'm not quite using it anymore doesn't mean that you can't still take advantage of it. I think it might still be a thing. It was such a cool concept. I think Maddie Plans developed this. I could be wrong, so I'm sorry if I am. But basically these are little sticky notes. You put the little sticker on top, which again, we have the sticky note tabs. We have the stickers that go on top. We have a bunch of different by category. And then you're able to put it on here on this little clear plastic card. And then you remove it off the card, put it in your planner. And then when you're done with it, then you put it back on the task card. So it just kind of reminds you to do certain tasks, and then you can move them around. And so all of these are each individual little sticky notes that you can remove from here, or you could just use it as a reference. And it's really super gorgeous. As you can see, it's just really pretty to just keep in your planner, because I have it's double-sided here. So I have it like this, and then when I flip it over, I have it like this. So these are just different tasks that involve work, because this is in my work planner, that I can use to pop in my planner or just use as a reference card. Okay, so this is a full-on work planner. And I miss it, y'all. Okay. And I got a lot of ideas by just looking at it right then and there. Okay. Also, y'all, I'm going to do an updated video on how to do a purse or on the go planner, because that was like a really popular thing for people to see, how they can create like just a little on the go planner, a purse planner. So this was my purse planner. It's just a planner that you toss in your purse, and you can jot down notes. I have different sections here as well. You can use it as a wallet, because as you can see, I've got, some pockets and things over there. And it was just a place for you to be able to write notes and things on the go, so that way you can transfer them back into your main planner. So if someone asked me if we were available, I would have this as well so I could see. And because I don't always bring my big planner with me, but it's nice to have like just a little purse on the go planner. So I used this, and it was ring bound. I think this Filofax. And I have a couple of different looks when it comes to my purse planner. So this is just one of them, and it works really well. So I don't use this one currently, but it was just cool to have. So I'm going to do an updated video on how you can create a purse planner for yourself if you were kind of looking to do that and wondering how. But it's very simple. So it's got some tabs here, just some filler paper in there, some sticky notes in the back, some little pockets, 2 pens, and that's it. And you just toss it in your bag. That way you've got a little on the go planner. So y'all, oh my gosh, I talked your head off, I'm sure, because I got in my feelings, right? Because taking a trip down memory lane is never a bad idea. And that's what we did today. I took you from A to B with all of the different looks that I've had in the past. Again, this is not everything. I have some bigger planners because I've tried pretty much every single size, from big to classic to Erin Condren to A5. I've done it all. So we're going to have to do a part 2, but only if you comment below and let me know that you want a part 2, because I'm in a phase right now where I really only want to do long form content that you guys want to see. And by overwhelming response, you said, get back to planning, sis. Like, what are you doing? And so that's why we are back full on planning. I'm not going to be doing as much lifestyle around the house, cook with me, clean with me, stuff like that in long form and maybe short form. But planning is what y'all want to see. So comment below and let me know, do you want a part 2? And we might even have to do a part 3, y'all, because sis got a lot going on over there. So we got a lot more to cover without overwhelming you. Okay, because this video is probably gonna be about 30 minutes or so, and we want to keep it there. That's like a sweet spot. So this was super fun. Comment also below if you are an OG. I need you to represent. Stand up, OGs, okay? Let me know if you remember all of this stuff. The stuff I was kind of venting about and talking about. Were you there for that? Like, where were you, okay? I want to know who has been here through all of that with me, because we've been on a roller coaster, okay? A good roller coaster, though. Let's say that, because this is all beautiful things. All of these things have made me who I am. Yes, I would like to re-implement some of the things that I've seen here, but for the most part, I feel really good about who I am and how I plan now, you know? But I'm taking some things from each of these planners to see if I can re-implement back into my planning system, okay? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. You got a little inspiration from what you've seen, which means you'll give me a thumbs up on this video. Of course, if you're new here, I hope you'll stick around and consider subscribing. You learned a little bit about me today, okay? I'll give you more though. So we're gonna do an upcoming video sharing with you guys a little bit more about my planning journey, okay? I also hope that you will consider subscribing, okay? We want you to stay and keep watching. And I hope that you guys will come back by and join me for part 2 or whatever other video I decide to do on this channel, in which case I'll see you guys then.